Friday night footy. Friday, we see Carlton taking on Geelong at the MCG at 7:40. The Carlton Blues are second on the ladder.
Yep, flying.
And feeling pretty good. And it feels so good. It is a very strange situation where these two teams played about 6 weeks ago.
Yes, that's when Danger got injured those 6 weeks ago as well.
Exactly. I took the Squid to this game. It was bitterly disappointing, but he did delete a hot dog. That's what he does.
Oh, he would have loved it.
He's having a great time. It was also a little bit of a turning point in both these teams' sort of seasons, right?
Since then, yeah.
Since then, the Geelong Cats were what? They'd won 7 on the trot, I believe, at that point.
They had,
They're now 8-5. So they've won one of the last 6 games.
Yep.
They are in 6th. Carlton are now 9-4. And look, we'd actually sort of signposted that 6-week stretch for Carlton, and they absolutely smashed it out of the water, which was completely
Yeah, I forgot about that. You said, if they can get through the 6 weeks.
3-3,
yep.
we're laughing, and I think they went 4-2. Because I think Sydney were in there, and there was a game they lost before that as well.
With such a close ladder, that's perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Carlton have now won 4 of their last 5, 3 on the trot. They take on the Cats. This is a big litmus test, obviously, for the Blues.
Yep.
The over-under is 171.5, which is an interesting one because they've smashed this the last two times they've played. They are the 14th and 15th ranked defensive stats, boy.
Yes.
Carlton do give up plenty of scores. We've seen Adelaide, Gold Coast, GWS put up pretty big scores against them. They did run over the top of Essendon last time we saw them 2 weeks ago, coming off the bye. Cats coming off the bye. How are we feeling about this?
Oh, I don't know. Geelong have just had a horror few weeks. I think the line should be a little bit more favoured towards Carlton because you go, like we've talked about before, you go Sydney, all right, they're the premiership favourites. Then you go, who's next? Probably Carlton. And then you put a few more teams above Geelong, even though where are they now? They're still 6th. But I'd still be putting some other teams below them, just above them. They've been horrible. Carlton's average winning margin this year is 20 points. That's why I don't mind that line of 9.5. And then Geelong have lost their last 5 night matches at the MCG. So in the big games against the big teams, since that game against the Carlton Blues, they haven't been very good.
They did get smashed by the Gold Coast Suns, don't forget.
Yes.
And like the defense for the Cats is probably the more worrying aspect. They do get
horrible.
Danger back. They lose no Cam Guthrie still. They lose Tanner Bruin.
Bruin's a big out. He's been really good, yeah.
And we'll be able to break down the teams into a second once we actually get through some of all this.
Yep.
But let's answer the big question before we talk about a couple of player vibes. Can the Blues actually just put a team that's decent to the sword? Like we saw them just sort of manhandle Essendon, the best team in the AFL outside of the Sydney Swans. But the craziest thing about that loss to the Cats was that they dominated them statistically in terms of clearances, in terms of inside 50s. Can they turn it into a win this time? That's the biggest thing for me. So
that's the big question. I'm going to say, yeah, they've looked a lot better than the Cats. You got guys that Tom Stewart just looks so out of sort. You got Sam De Koning, who was really good in their premiership year. He's the lesser De Koning.
This is a De Koning bowl too.
Yes.
I love a good De Koning bowl. Let's go.
So yeah, TDK's brother, Tom, has been a lot better. I'm very worried about this Cats defense against Kerno, Mackay, and you got just
Zach Williams.
I forgot about Zach Williams. He's turned into a monster forward.
Well, this is it. Zach Williams is literally since that Geelong game. Yeah. They've gone, well, Jack Martin keeps getting hurt. Let's throw Zach Williams in the Jack Martin role, and it's been awesome.
It's just turned into a better version.
Cottrell's turned in, not Cottrell, Chincotta has basically turned into one of the premier taggers, but also ball winners out of nowhere. But the TDK thing as well, he's been incredible as the solo ruck. So let's look at some player props here, Stats Boy.
Yeah, why not? Danger's got 22 plus disposals in 9 of his last 10 of the MCG, so we're expecting him to be back in this side for the Cats. He averages 25 in his career there as well. He did do his hammy last time he came up against the Blues, so we're a little bit worried about that. But at the G, he just tears it up, and I think if Geelong are going to be close in this one, they've been really bad in the middle. He needs to have a big game. And then the other one, TDK, everyone loves him when he plays at the G. 2+ goals in the Blues' last 2 Friday night games. I think I went to that other one. You were at the one against Geelong. He just tore it up early. Did he get the first 2 against the Cats, or 2 in the first quarter or something like that? He just loves playing against the Cats. The Cats have had ruck issues all year as well. So yeah, TDK to fire up.
Well, I think that's one of the big sort of strange questions about this Cats team in general, isn't it?
Yes.
It's we talked about them earlier in this season. It's they have these moments where they look really slow, but then when they turn it on and they look like the Geelong of old. Yeah. The one that won the flag 2 years ago.
Quick ball movement.
And without Danger, who isn't exactly the postest of dudes anymore. No. But I don't know. There's still just big question marks, and I think a lot of it starts with the in the center of the ground and you're like, look at this guy. Hey, we've got a spare Pitto. You want a Pitto?
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
You want a Pitto?
Yeah.
And this is where I'm like, can we get the mid-year trade happen? Like, I know that they're not doing it this year because, again, cowards. Let's go. Come on, give me some mid-year trades because if nothing else, like Freo would have gone, here's a nice Sean Darcy.
Yeah.
Here's a Sean Darcy. You want a Sean Darcy? Who wants a Sean Darcy? Pitto, off we go.
You're not actually talking to some sense.
I'm always talking sense. Anyway, the teams for this one. In comes Orazio Fantasia. Out goes Jack Carroll. Oh, that sucks.
Oh.
Paddy Cripps' best mate.
Yeah.
In for the Cats comes Zach Tui, Ollie Henry, and Paddy Dangerfield. Not bad, that trio. Not bad at all. Shannon Neal goes out. Reece Stanley's injured and Tanner Brune's injured as well. He broke his wrist, didn't he? I think in training.
He did. Yeah, that's brutal because he's been really good.
He had been fantastic. So, tricky one. Stats guy, who are you picking?
I'm going the Blues by 12. They just know how to make it close. I think they'll cover that line, but I think I originally had them like 20 or 30 plus, but you got some decent ins there. You got Ollie Henry, just that extra size. I think he'll kick a couple of goals. Zach Tui is really good at the G as well. So, yeah, I'm going Blues.
Playing against his old team.
He loves playing against his old team. I'll go Blues by 12. Just eke out a win like they always do. They'll make you nervous, of course they will. As usual.
They can't make my birthday easy.
No.
They're never going to do it.
But they'll get a win for you, I reckon.
They better. Carlton by 15, I've got.
Nice.